Today, we're going to go ahead and backtest a famous influencer's trading strategy to see if it actually works. This is going to be the first video in a series of videos that I do. It's going to be unedited, totally raw, and we're going to get straight to the point, okay? So let's go ahead and actually share my screen. So I saw this guy. This guy comes up on my X feed all the time. I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. I believe it's Atif Hussein. And he's based out of the United Kingdom, has a pretty good amount of followers, almost 62,000. And he claims to be able to give us everything that we need to become profitable this year, 2025. I'm recording this on July 19th, 2025. And so, yeah, this post right here has almost 500,000 views. Pretty good engagement here. So basically, you click that link and it, obviously you get, basically you opt in to get this free training model. So we're just gonna go test@gmail.com and go ahead and get the model. So this is the model here. You could actually see someone is actually on here as well. So it gives us this bullish example, and then it gives us the bearish example. And so, yeah, basically pretty much all we need here to get going. I'm not going to really, in any of these things, I'm not going to, assume anything. Okay. So you could rest assured that basically what we're going to do here in a bit is just copy and paste exactly what they give us, exactly what they tell us to do. We'll do probably both strategies. We'll do the bearish and the bullish, and we'll do it separately. So there's really two strategies here. There's the bearish and the bullish. And again, we'll do them separately. Now at the end here, I just want to be clear. This is also what they call a lead magnet. And so basically he's trying to sell us right here on this Iron Forge trading program. So really this thing that he's trying to sell us, right, is $9.94. And so, yeah, that's basically what you're going to be able to get here, right? So this is mainly just a sales letter. This is going to be a snippet of a larger program. So I want to be careful not to insinuate that this is, everything he teaches, but it does seem like there's enough information here to give us entry and exit conditions. It tells us when to buy and when to sell for long entries and short entries for the bearish example. So let's go ahead and pop open. This is called Arcade TradeLab. It's actually my software. And what it allow us to do, and we'll go ahead and jump into it in a little bit, right? We're going to copy and paste the strategy, and it will allow us to backtest. It will allow us to automate, pretty much any strategy we want. And so, yeah, it's pretty cool. Now let's go ahead and go over here and actually begin to try and backtest this thing. So we're going to go ahead and start with the bearish example. We'll go ahead and just copy the actual title too. We're going to go all the way down. I'm not reading any of this stuff. I don't care. I just want to actually get the results. Now, if you care, obviously go ahead and read it yourself. But right here, I believe we copied and pasted everything as it was shown. So just go ahead and press enter here. The spacings are weird because the images, right? We obviously can't paste the images. But so what Arcade TradeLab will do is, again, this is an AI powered, platform. So you're going to go ahead and converse with the AI here. So looks like we're mentioning 4 hour and 15-minute time frames. So we're just gonna go ahead and just literally answer yes, right? We are mentioning that we're going to use those two. Entry conditions, you've mentioned that entry conditions is when price returns to 4 hour fair value gap on the 15-minute chart and forms a new 15-minute fair value gap. However, we need to define what exactly constitutes a fair value gap in this context. Is it a specific price pattern or a level derived from an indicator? So in this case, right, and this is going to be the same thing throughout the entire, and by the way, I forgot to share my screen. That will help, right? So we just literally pasted, this right here inside of Arcade TradeLab. And again, TradeLab will go ahead and respond accordingly. And so we're just answering these questions, right? And so for this sort of thing here, and before we go any further, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and just instead of sharing one Chrome tab, I'm just going to share my whole screen. Okay. If anything, I'm going to actually put my stuff on focus mode, so no one texts me anything weird. So let's go back over here and go right here. So for anything that, if it's like, a fair value gap, right? I'm just going to type in to Google. It's going to be define actually, instead of this, we're going to try to keep it as fair as possible. So I'm going to just basically, I'm not even going to use Google. I'm just going to use the AI native inside of Arcade TradeLab to define these things for us. Okay. Now, Atif or anyone in Atif's circle, or if you watching this, have an issue with the way it's defined, feel free to leave it in the comments. But we're just going to use the AI's actual definition. Okay. Originally, I was going to Google it, but that seems cumbersome. We could just literally do it right here. So, entry conditions. So let's go ahead and talk about. So this is what I'm going to say. Please use whatever is normal. Feel free to make assumptions. Whatever is, instead of normal, we're going to say, please use whatever is standard practice. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and put that there. And then exit conditions. So you mentioned that the stop loss would be at a swing low and the target should be 2 risk reward or 3 risk reward. Could you please provide specific rules for calculating the swing low and risk reward ratio? For example, is a swing low the lowest price in the last n periods? How do you calculate the risk reward ratio? So right here, I'm just going to say, I'm going to do the exact same thing. Okay, I'm not going to make any assumptions. Although obviously, 2 risk reward, you want to risk, or you want 2 times the reward that you're actually risking from a dollar or percentage amount. But we're just going to see what the AI says. If it has any more questions, it'll ask us those questions. So time restrictions, we're just going to basically say trade during normal market hours. And then we're going to send this in and we're going to see what it gives us. Okay. So right here, you could see the button is like a dark green, like a darker kind of faded green. If it has sufficient information, it turns into this vivid green. And so right here, it doesn't have sufficient information. It still has questions about the entry condition. So it says, I'm sorry for any confusion, but as an AI developed to assist in trading strategy automation, I'm programmed to avoid making assumptions. This is to ensure that the strategy is implemented exactly as intended. For us to proceed, could you please provide the following details? Okay, so in this case, if there is ever any, it's like the first resort, right, throughout this series will basically be to basically put something similar to this prompt in, okay? If it gives us this, which it probably will, then we will Google it, right? How would you define a fair value gap? Okay, we're just going to literally Google this in trading. Okay, so and then right here, we're going to go right here. We're going to use this first one. Okay, well, we're going to use all of this right here. Boom. We're going to copy all that, then go back to TradeLab, paste it in there. And then for 2, swing low. Okay, so and again, he probably covers this stuff specifically in his course. So again, that's another thing. Atif, if you want to comment on this, feel free. But for right now, we're just going to go ahead and continue to make these assumptions just based off of standard available knowledge. How do you calculate the swing low for stop loss? I'm just going to go ahead and just focus on this too. So by 2 RR or 3 RR, I mean, if we risk 1%, if our stop loss is 1%, then we should try and make 2% profit in 2RR or 3% profit in 3RR. Cool. Let's see if that's enough. I don't want to comment on the swing low setting for stop loss. Again, he probably goes into it on his course. But for right now, we're just going to do the 2RR. And again, that should be enough information, but we'll see. So he's in, yeah. So thank you for providing the necessary details. So this is how the AI is understanding the strategy. We're going to go ahead and just say confirm, right? Looks like it's pretty accurate to what Atif had mentioned. Now the swing low is going to be right here, right? Oh, right here. Yeah, it still has a question about the swing low. I'm just going to say yes. Again, that this is kind of leaning towards the assumption. Oh, here. Thank you, but we still need to. Sorry, I'm not reading this correctly clearly, but we still need to know the exact number of 15-minute candles consider for determining the swing low. Okay, so I'm going to say, and again, he probably teaches this in the course. I'm not bothering to read it. Let's go 10. And we're just waiting here for the AI. Cool. So this button just lit up, which means it has the sufficient information to actually start trading the strategy. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and press generate strategy. And in a moment here to the left, you'll see strategy 10 populate, right? And we'll go ahead and just backtest it real quick, right? In the future, I'll kind of let you know our plans, but we want to basically just monitor these strategies over time and make a public page where you could see all the data on an ongoing basis and just publicize, all of these people's strategies. So yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. We're going to be like fact checker type things, right? And whoever has the best strategy, may they win. So that being said, we'll go ahead and wait here, and it shouldn't take too much longer. Well, hopefully you guys are enjoying this so far. I would really love to know if you have any, other influencers you want to see. Basically, I'm just going to be doing them as they come up in my feed on X or on Instagram or, any social media I see. The first ones I see, I'll just go ahead and take whatever strategy, whatever information's out there for them, whatever they publicly, put out there, and then put it to the test. Hopefully it works well, right? But again, if there's any influencers that you want to, put their strategy to the test, then this would be an amazing thing to do, right? Just go ahead and shoot it my way. There's no need to code with this AI platform that I've created. Again, the strategy is already built, right? So it kind of gives us this, description based on what we put in here. Currently, our risk reward is 2. This is the market hours. We could adjust this if we'd like. Base time frame is 15 minutes. This is all of what we said. Now, if we wanted to automate the strategy, this is where we would go. We would put in all the tickers we wanted, right? So if we want to put I know this is a Forex strategy, right? But, more or less, you should be able to trade a good strategy, across the board, right? Because it's going to go ahead and prevent you from drawdowns and, put you in the market when it's the appropriate time. So right now, we're just going to go ahead and just test this out on Apple. I don't believe, I'll see right now if we have any Forex data. But for right now, let's go ahead and put, so we're on a 15-minute time frame. Let's go ahead and put, 100. Hopefully this isn't too long of a wait for the back test. And again, this is all native inside of Arcade TradeLab. You could automate your strategies, literally any strategy you want, just as simple as what you saw right there. Copy and paste if you want. You could backtest it, you could automate it. And then in the next couple of days here, we're also going to have, again, like the performance tab where you see all the risk metrics and all that fun stuff. And that's what we'll make public. So Yeah, we'll see how long this takes. This might take a very long time. I hope it doesn't, but let's see. Okay, cool. So it did not give us any trades at all over the past 100 periods. Okay. So that kind of sucks, right? Let's go and see right here. If I look closely, it's the US dollar and Japanese yen. I'm not sure if we have, let's see, USD. Oh yeah, I think we do. That's all crypto. Yeah, I'm not sure if we have it, dude. Again, rest assured that this, yeah, I should just be able to type it in like this. So we'll remove JPY. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have it, but so yeah, that was unfortunate. However, we will go ahead and follow up on this one when there is sufficient data, right? We have to pipe in Forex data to actually check it. But until then, we'll go ahead and move on to the next, uh, you know, part in the series, right? We'll have a part 2 to this one, but the next video in the series will basically be a different influencer. And I will try next time to go ahead and find one that actually does equities trading or cryptocurrency trading. Hopefully that's fair enough, but this is episode 1 and super excited to start this thing with you. Again, let me know if you have any influencers, anything you want to see specifically now that we know for equities or cryptocurrency. Happy to help out there. Okay, take care.